What's up, everybody? Welcome to the King Closers Formula. I'm RJ Bates III, and Happy New Year. Excited to bring in the new year with today's live. I feel like today's message, quite possibly, is one of the most important lives that we've had so far over the past couple of months. I feel like it's going to lay the foundation for your business moving forward, lay the foundation for our content, lay the foundation for what our education is going to look like moving forward in 2024. And I'm super excited about today's message because it's not as much about the technical side of real estate investing or wholesaling. It's more about kind of the mindset that you need to have for success. And I think sometimes that is forgotten about. Maybe we get too wrapped up into, how to run comps, how to generate leads, how to do this, how to do that. And we forget the important side of things on laying down a commitment to ourselves. And that's why I wanted to keep today's title relatively vague with which ships will you be sailing in 2024? Because I'm going to ask for a commitment from you guys. And I'm also, or we, Titanium, is going to be making a commitment to you guys moving forward on what we are going to be providing you in 2024, why we're going to be doing that, and how it's beneficial for you. Now, before we get into all of that, I have to make mention of the newest addition to my backdrop back here. Check out this gift that was just given to me by the man, Jamie LeBlanc. That is AI RJ in full-on Viking gear. I love it. And it's so funny because Jamie had no idea that today's live was going to be Viking themed, which ships will you be sailing in 2024 and all that. He had no idea that was coming. And so he actually showed up at our office this morning and he said, dude, I've got to give this to you. Merry Christmas. We opened it up. He gave both me and Cassie one. I'm saving Cassie's for the next time when she goes live so she can show you guys. But I had to rip the picture and add it to the thumbnail. It is badass. It's one of the best and coolest gifts that's ever been given to me. So thank you, Jamie. Appreciate you always, and appreciate the gift for adding that. Now, first thing I'm going to ask from you guys, there's going to be quite a few asks that I'm going to have of you. And like I said, we're also going to make a commitment to y'all. But the first thing that I want to do in today's live is ask for a commitment that if you're watching this right now, that you watch the entire video, okay? Because it's going to be what I believe, according to my notes coming into this, a lengthy one. So bear with me because every single part of today's video is going to be important. But we have to kind of lay the foundation on what the point in today's video is. So I'm asking for a commitment from you to stick with me through the entire video. We're going to get to the nuts and bolts of marketing and lead gen and how that's important, but I want you to be a part of the entire journey so you fully understand today's message. So I'm asking for a commitment that you stick with the entire video, albeit it's going to be a lengthy one, okay? So just bear with me. On that note, my commitment to you guys is you will fully understand what you are going to be getting from Titanium moving forward. You're going to understand what Titanium is going to be doing inside of their business moving forward. And you're going to understand the path of Titanium's education moving forward in 2024. So that is my commitment to you guys. I just ask that you commit to fully watching today's video. All right. Point number one, the importance of the language that we use. So this is important because you're going to start seeing more and more, and I am borderline becoming obsessed with this, that there is a language that we are developing here at Titanium that you're going to continue to see. And even today, as some of the conversations that I had to start the new year with either people inside the community, people inside of our team, even preparing for today's live, the obsession that I have with the language, the terms that we're using, right? You see me talking about these things all the time. Hedgehog concept, stop searching for unicorns, embracing no. And today, the point of today's video is right, which ships will you be sailing in 2024? This is going to be a new part of our language that we're going to be using here at Titanium, where you're going to see me ask this question: which ships are you sailing? Right? I want to understand. I want you guys to understand. Today's video will be used in the future. When people come to me, I will say, hey, watch this and come back to me with your answers so I understand where you are in your business. The language that we use is important because it's the way that we're communicating with each other. It's the way that we're communicating inside of the community. I love seeing you guys utilizing, like today, I saw Thomas on Ben Larvero's post inside of the vault. He commented with nothing but a hedgehog emoji. This is his way of saying, hey, listen, I understand the concept of having the hedgehog concept. I'm understanding and I'm embracing it. This is the kind of buy-in that we need in order to achieve the results and that we desire, right? And I am becoming obsessed with that inside of our business. And now that I'm looking at it, essentially our businesses, right? We've always embraced that inside of Titanium Investments, but now inside of our education, we're going to be embracing that as well. So let's break down, what does that mean? Okay. So we're establishing our foundation. Now, some of you, most of you probably have heard me talk about these, but it's going to be a real quick rundown on what I mean by this, establishing our foundation, because we're going to stop in one of these foundational elements today, and we're really going to break down what we need for the future. Okay. But foundational element number one, nothing can really happen until you understand what your hedgehog concept is. Establish your hedgehog concept. What does that mean? You need to have a very simple and plain business strategy. One strategy that you do. For us here at Titanium Investments, it is we are a nationwide virtual wholesaler. Okay. All 50 states, virtual. We never go on appointments. We never do belly to belly. Everything's virtual over the phone. And our exit strategy is we are wholesaling the property. That is our hedgehog concept. I need everyone here to have established what their hedgehog concept is. Foundational element number two, stop searching for unicorns. Okay. So this is where we're going to stop today. This is what today we are going to talk about, where we are going to show you what systems you can use so we can teach you how to appropriately use them. So you're not going to have to search for unicorns. If you decide to use something outside of the systems that we show you today, we might not be the best mentor or community or whatever term you want to use for you. Because I can only teach you, and Cassie can only teach you, what we are doing ourselves. That is who we are. That is our brand, is that we do the business and we can teach you how to do the business the way that we do it. So that's why today's live is so important, because we're going to break down what systems we are going to be using in 2024. And we need you to buy into that and replicate that. Otherwise, I don't know that we can help you, because you're not using the same systems as us. Foundational element number three, focus your habits. Okay. So the reason why today's live is super important is because we're going to show you what systems to use. And moving forward, all of the content is going to be around the habits that you create inside of those systems for success. So today is laying down foundational element number 2, so you can stop searching for unicorns. And then everything moving forward will be about focusing your habits inside of those systems. Number 4, this is where you have to massively buy in and make a commitment to yourself and understand what you want to accomplish in your business. Consistent as a tree. Consistency is what will breed results. It will allow you to achieve the goals. Whatever goals you just set for yourself moving forward into 2024, you will get there by understanding these are the systems I'm going to use. These are the processes, the habits that I'm going to have inside of those systems. And I'm going to be as consistent as a tree moving forward. If you do that, you can create your own reality. Okay, which is another one of our foundational elements. RJ Bates, Cassie DeHaas, Titanium Investments cannot create the reality that you desire for yourself. Only you can. You have to embrace that. We will show you how to replicate what we do inside of our business. We will show you the habits, the processes that we have inside of those systems. But it's up to you to be consistent, and it's up to you to create your own reality. And the last one is excuse plus a story. We have to avoid the excuse. Here is the reason why I'm not successful, RJ, because see, I don't know how to comp like you. I have a W-2. These are all excuses, and then it's followed by a story. We are going to avoid that moving forward, and we're going to have reasons followed by solutions, right? Avoid the excuse plus a story, have a reason why something happened, and then you offer a solution moving forward. So those are our foundational elements. Just wanted to go through that, touch base, make sure, hey, when you hear the language coming out of my mouth, when I say things repeatedly like, hey, stop searching for unicorns or what's your hedgehog concept, you understand what I'm talking about, okay? Now, let's go back to what we're going to talk about today. Stop searching for unicorns. Well, you might be sitting there and saying, oh, RJ, I don't know how to stop searching for unicorns because I don't know what systems to use. I don't know what to do for lead generation. So I'm constantly searching for an answer. Well, today we're going to solve that for you, okay? What do we mean by which ships will you be sailing in 2024? So here's the analogy. When you decide what you want to do marketing-wise, which is massively important. I mean, essentially, when you break down what is wholesaling, one of the many things that we are is we have to be a marketing company. So we have to generate leads one way or another. I am adamant about the fact that you have to make a commitment to whatever form of marketing that you're going to do, both timeline-wise and budget-wise. And you have to stick to that commitment. If you decide, hey, I'm going to go buy 10 lead Zolo leads and then give up on it, and now I'm going to go try to cold call using some virtual assistants, and that doesn't work after a couple of weeks, and then you decide to go send out a couple of thousand mailers, and that doesn't work, you're going to drown. Your business will not succeed. So when I say which ships will you be sailing, I'm literally wanting to use the analogy of you are stepping foot onto a ship, the lead Zolo ship, and you are leaving the harbor. You are now in the middle of the ocean. You have made your bed. All of the systems that we are going to give you are proven inside of our business. They work. Otherwise, I wouldn't tell you about them. And we are going to show you throughout the year how to appropriately utilize those systems. But today, leaving here today, I want you to say, here's my headshot concept. I am a nationwide virtual wholesaler. And then make a commitment to what ships are you going to be inside of? Is it one ship, two ships, three ships? More often than not, it's going to be a couple, because we're going to talk about what system are you going to be using to comp properties? What system are you going to be using to generate leads? What is your budget commitment to that system? What is your timeline commitment to that system? I'm going to tell you the bare minimum for all of these systems is 90 days. You have to make a minimum commitment of 90 days to any form of marketing. Otherwise, you're not giving it a fair chance. And you are going to end up in the middle of the ocean, and you are going to be abandoning ship. And now you are swimming in the middle of the ocean trying to determine how you are going to start marketing for properties again, for motivated sellers again, in the middle of the ocean. You cannot do it. Your business will drown. This is why I talk about consistent as a tree. You have to be consistent with your marketing. So today, the ships that you are determining are the systems that you're going to be using. Am I going to comp on Privy? Am I going to comp on PropStream? Am I going to comp on batch leads? Which one? Or all three? Whatever it is, you say, I am making a commitment. If it's Privy, hey, it's $97 a month. I'm going to commit for the next 90 days. That is a, $291 commitment? I believe that is a fair and honest commitment to make to yourself, to your business, and to your hedgehog concept. Then we move on to lead generation. What is it going to be? What resonates with me? What time availability do I have? Is it I'm going to hire virtual assistants to cold call? Am I going to do one of the paper lead models? Am I going to do direct mail? Am I going to cold call myself? Whatever it is, set a budget, set a timeline. Minimum of 90 days. And financially, you need to internally look to say, what kind of financial commitment am I going to make to my business moving forward? More often than not, we make a commitment like to ourselves where we say, I want to be a nationwide wholesaler, but then we're not willing to actually commit any finances to the lead generation side of things. And it's not going to be successful unless you're willing to make some sort of financial commitment. So I'm asking you today to start the year. I want you to write it down. I want you to say, this is the commitment that I'm making today to my business, to myself, to RJ, to everyone involved. This is what I'm going to do. All right. Let's establish some commitments that we're going to make to you guys. Okay. What is our education platform's hedgehog concept? Because I talk all the time about what is Titanium Investments hedgehog concept. It's a nationwide virtual wholesaler, and I rattle it off, and I'll tell you what it is. Repetition is the mother of all skills, right? I just keep telling it to you guys over and over and over again. But I don't often talk about what is our hedgehog concept for our education platform. So here it is. Our hedgehog concept is we want to provide the best virtual wholesaling education university. Titanium University. That is what is coming in 2024. Titanium University. It has been in the works for over 4 years now. And what I want to provide to you guys is a comprehensive, from front to back, you know how to do anything and everything that you want to do as far as virtual wholesaling goes. We've been doing a lot of talks about talking to sellers, closing deals, comping and underwriting. Today, we're taking the leap out into the lead generation space. Why? Partially because I've gotten sick and tired of hearing people talk about Lead Zolo, and I don't have the funds to do Lead Zolo. So I went and did the live where I showed you how to get deals using $0. And then it was, well, I don't have the time to do the FISBOs, and I don't have the money to do Lead Zolo. we do so much more here at Titanium Investments, and we're going to do a lot more. So that is our headshot concept as far as Titanium University. Okay. Second, the commitment that we have with what I am now calling the Titanium fleet. So when we talk about which ships will you be sailing in 2024, today we're giving you the Titanium fleet. Here it comes, baby. Decide what you want. And the commitment that we're making with you guys is that we're going to be bringing more and consistent lives inside of the Facebook group, the Vault, and on our YouTube channel with the professors of the fleet. Okay. Again, the language. I'm already calling them professors because we're going to be Titanium University. The fleet. When we talk about batch, we talk about prop stream, we talk about privy, we're actually going to be bringing people from those organizations to come in and do lives with you guys to show you here is the best and most optimal ways to use prop stream, to use batch, to use speed to lead, all of the different ships that you can decide. So for you guys that might be sitting there saying, hey, I'm not going to be using privy. That's fine. You don't have to be a part of the lives with privy. You could just be here for the lives of prop stream if that's what you're using. Regardless, the content is going to be available. It's going to be free. It's going to be consistent. The commitment that I have gotten from every single one of the members of the Titanium fleet is that at minimum, once a month, they will come into the community and they will be doing a live with either myself or Cassie to show you how to properly utilize their system alongside us. So part of it will be, I will be asking questions as a user. Hey, this is what's going on. You guys will be available to ask questions. Hey, I've got a question about when I pulled data inside of batch leads. What happened to the liens? What happened to the bankruptcies? Now you will have a platform. You will have an opportunity to have a voice directly to that organization to ask your questions, to say, hey, this is one of the ways that I'm utilizing your system. Could it be better, or am I appropriately using it? So that's our headshot concept, and that is our commitment with the Titanium fleet. Now let's get into the fleet. Now, if you guys are excited about that, which I hope you are, because that was a big ask that we go to every single one of these organizations and say, hey, make a commitment that at least once a month you are going to come in and provide as much value as we possibly can to the community. If you guys are excited, drop an emoji in the comments, please. Some sort of emoji. All right. Let's get into what is the Titanium fleet. All right. I tried to put these in a general order. What I will say is that there are 10 members of the fleet with a bonus 11th member. Okay. So, number one, we're combining two different products here because I feel like if you've got one, you should have the other. Batch leads and batch dialer. Hey, it's the OG. It's what we established ourselves really with the brand that we have nowadays back in 2020. The first 50-day challenge. RJ going in, pulling data, skip tracing it, SMS text messages going out, close 86 deals in 49 different states in 50 days, right? We still use batch leads every single day, okay? And batch dialer. That is the dialer that we use for cold calling. So, batch leads, we will be going over data. We'll be going over skip tracing. We'll be going over how we comp inside of batch leads. So we're narrowing it down. hey, if you're utilizing batch leads to comp, here is how you utilize that system best to comp. So instead of Cassie coming in and doing a comping video and showing prop stream, and maybe you have batch leads and you have questions, there will be specific content based around the comping inside of batch leads, as well as cold calling. Many of you have tons of questions about cold calling because it's easy to get started in cold calling. It's a low cost entry point, and it's the most common for newer wholesalers. That's the most common and easy way to start marketing and lead generating is, hey, cold calling. So we're going to show you, hey, this is how we're utilizing batch leads. This is how we're utilizing batch dialer. If you want to utilize virtual assistants to do it, or you want to do it yourself, that's where the content will be based around for batch leads and batch dialer. And like I said, we'll be bringing in people from batch with me and Cassie to talk about those systems and be doing like a very specific topic live video on those two systems. Okay. So that's number one. Number two, prop stream, one of the other comping systems. So it's going to be big around comps. Data. I learned this probably about a year ago. I was doing a live, and it was a Zoom, and we had probably about 20 to 25 different people. And I was talking about the data that I was pulling and how to appropriately pull a list. And as I was looking around the room, during the Zoom, I noticed like, hey, some eyes were glazing over. But I knew the content was good. So I was kind of questioning like what's happening right now. And then I realized the majority of these people were not utilizing batch for their data. And so I just asked like, hey, how many of you guys are using batch? Not one of them. Everyone was using prop stream. Why? Because it was more affordable in their eyes. They said, hey, I was able to save $50 to use prop stream, so I'm using prop stream. I have never done a video on how to pull data inside of prop stream. Yet I have pulled data inside of prop stream. That will be new moving into 2024. We will be talking about how to pull data inside of prop stream, how to comp inside of prop stream, how to skip trace inside of prop stream, and then bringing in people from prop stream that know how to use the system better than I do. Maybe there are features that Cassie and I don't know how to use. That's where we'll be talking about during those lives. 3, Privy. Benson from Privy is a genius with his product. He's also a user of his product, which I love, right? Feeds right into our brand. So Privy, yes, we'll be talking about comps. I love Privy for comps, but we'll also be talking about the direct agent capabilities of utilizing Privy, which should be extremely enticing for a lot of the new wholesalers here. Because one, Titanium has never really talked about direct agent. We've never talked about how to appropriately utilize Privy for direct agent. So this will be a whole new concept in 2024 that we're opening up for you guys. That'll be low budget and an opportunity for you to add something inside of your toolbox, right? So number 4, this is how jam-packed today's live is. I had 2 pages of notes. Number 4, Lead Zolo, our paper lead models, right? Lead Zolo. Obviously, this is where I believe we're ranging somewhere around 60% of our deals are coming from right now. This is why people are so frequently referring to what we are able to accomplish here at Titanium Investments and correlating that back to, well, it's because of Lead Zolo. It's not solely because of Lead Zolo, but I am hardcore all in on it right now because it's working. Doesn't mean it's going to work forever. What we were doing in 2020 is not what we're doing now going into 2024. That's the point in the constant content. So we're learning and we're adapting as times change. Lead Zolo will be coming in, talking about what's working, what's not working, right? We'll talk about, hey, the rural properties that we're getting, right? That's been a big one. A big one where it's like, hey, I got 10 leads, 9 of them are rural. I only got 1 contract. Great, you're killing it. Okay. We're going to break down some of the myths that come into the cost associated with the pay-per lead model in comparison to the cold calling model. Because quite frankly, when you break it down, the average cost per contract is not that much different from the cold calling to the pay-per lead models, even though people think the pay-per lead model is more expensive. Speaking of pay-per lead models, the next one, number 5, speed to lead. I think people have forgotten that speed to lead was actually the pay-per lead model that we were using before we started using Lead Zolo. And so I want to get back to that, bring in speed to lead, talk about the marketplace, but also talk about their fixed price mode, right? How can you lower some of the expenses involved with speed to lead? And then also with both Lead Zolo and speed to lead, get back to me talking to more sellers live so you guys can see, hey, the closers formula in action with some of these pay per lead models. Number 6, brand new to the fleet. And I'm excited about this one because this is going back to before RJ was ever on YouTube and doing all these live seller calls and everything like that, before we ever even did cold calling. The first lead generation that we did direct to seller was direct mail. So we have now partnered up with REI Print Mail. We're going to be bringing them in to talk about direct mail and how you can do either your own self-managed campaigns, or you can do campaigns where they will manage it for you, meaning they will go in, they will pick the locations based around where you want. For me, hey, I'm nationwide. You can pick anywhere. They'll go out, they'll pick the locations that are working. They'll pull the list. They will pick the mailer. And from there, they will send it out. We don't have to do anything. So you can do it one of 2 ways. You can either micromanage it and do it all yourself, or you can say, hey, REI Print Mail, you're the experts on direct mail marketing. I'm not. Here's a check. Go run with it. I'm excited to try both methods in 2024 and share those experiences with you. I'm very much looking forward to that because I think this is an opportunity for some of you people, especially on the ones that have a W-2, because not only are they going to like manage your campaign for you, but they will even take the inbound calls and answer them and then schedule an appointment for you to then close the deal. So this is a huge opportunity. And one of the days that I wanted to focus on going into 2024 was getting an opportunity or a system in place for the people that have a W-2 that are looking to move away from that W-2. Here's a great ship for you to be sailing in 2024. Number 7, the first system, the first vendor that we ever signed up for back in 2014 was a Carrot website. And I'm so excited to be back partnering up with Carrot. We moved away from them for a little bit. I chased a unicorn. What can I say? I'm not perfect. I chased after that unicorn. We're back to working with Carrot. Trevor Mock is a good friend of mine. Really love him. I'm looking forward to the value that he's going to be bringing to the community. What we're going to be talking about there is the websites that they provide, the value of those websites, SEO for those websites, and then also creating landing pages if you want to run your own PPC. So, for example, if you decided like, hey, I'm not down for the pay-per lead models of Lead Zolo and Speed to Lead, you can manage your own pay-per-click campaigns and run them to your Carrot websites. Okay? Super excited about that one. The next one is, if you guys have been following my content since 2020, if you've ever come to a crucible prior to the ones that we had in 2023, you know that it was based, our lead generation was based around pulling just an astronomical amount of data. So we have accumulated millions of records of data, skip trace all across the United States in all 50 states. So the next one is REI Sift. I've connected with Tyler Austin at REI Sift. He's a great guy. And he's a genius when it comes to what to do with your data, how to clean your data, how to dive deep into finding the most highly motivated sellers within inside your old data. This is where REI Sift is going to come in. So we are actually going to take all of our old data, which I have my REI Sift account, but I'm waiting until I can do this live for you guys. Import all of my old data into my REI Sift and watch the system kind of clean it up and then enable us to find where out of this data are the most motivated sellers and how can we just cherry pick those deals to call and close those. So I'm looking forward to adding REI Sift to our fleet in 2024. Now, these are all comping and lead generation, right? We've got batch leads, batch dialer, data, cold calling, prop stream, data, comps. Use that data to cold call. Privy, comps, direct to agent. Powerful stuff, right? Lead Zolo, paper lead. Hey, I just want to talk to people that want to sell their house. Boom, lead Zolo, speed to lead. Hey, I've got a W-2. Can I just essentially write a check and have appointments set up for me on my time frame where I can just call and close deals? REI print mail. I don't want to do paper lead. I'd love to run my own pay-per-click, or I just need to have a website for brand building. Carrot. And last, what am I doing with all this data, RJ? I've got all this data. I'm not doing anything with it. I need to clean it up. It's kind of old. Boom, REI Sift. The last two come in after you've signed a contract. Easy REI closings. David Olds, transaction coordination. Listen, transaction coordination has to happen one way or another. You either do it yourself or you outsource it. Either way works, but you got to pick one. So which ship are you sailing in? If you want to outsource it, we're going to be bringing David Olds in to the community, talking about what he does for inside of Easy REI closings and how to overcome some of the obstacles if you are self-managing your TC. And last, and quite frankly, one of the most important parts of this business that no one really ever wants to talk about is dispositions. That's where we're bringing in Investor Lift. Quite frankly, I don't think it's any myth that I believe that Investor Lift is the most powerful tool in all of real estate investing right now. It enables us to do what we do here at Titanium Investments in all 50 states. And I'm super excited to be aligned with Investor Lift, with Robert Wensley, Liam Benson, who's now a part of Investor Lift, to come in. Listen, I'm going to be doing live disposition calls. I'm going to be bringing Robert in to talk about how to appropriately utilize the system, whether it be, hey, I'm strictly on God mode at the lowest tier, or whether I've been able to upgrade and I'm in the lieutenant and cartel mode. We'll show you both of the ways. I'm very excited about this because I've seen some of the comments that you guys have had in the community about, hey, this is great, but what happens when I have the property under contract? Boom, the Investor Lift lives are going to be vital for you guys. The bonus value, the bonus member of the Titanium fleet is the family tree at the Real Brokerage. Cassie, Matthew Potter, the host and judge of Pardon the Disruption. Cassie has joined the Real Family Tree. They're going to be talking about, hey, being an agent investor. What if you have your real estate license? What if you want to get your real estate license? What do you do with that? How does it benefit you moving forward inside of your wholesaling or your real estate investing journey? That's where we're going to be talking about that quite often. It's an honor that Cassie, after 7 years of having her license now, has been able to partner up with Steve Trang and Matthew Potter over there. So I'm very excited for those because, again, going back to like the conversation with Privy, these are things that we have done inside of our business, but it's never really been about inside of our content. And so we're going to be bringing that to you guys moving forward in 2024. So that's the titanium fleet right there. The commitment that I want you guys to make. And maybe you don't know yet. Maybe you need to see a couple of these lives where we talk about what's working, what's not working. If I didn't name a system, we're not using it. If I did name it, those are the ships that we are going to be sailing in 2024. The commitment that I would like to see from you guys is, hey, which ship am I going to be? I'm going to say I want to be in the prop stream. That's what I'm going to use to comp. And I'm going to be in the lead Zolo. Awesome. So when you come in and you've got a question, don't be surprised if the first question I ask you is, what's your hedge fund concept? I'm nationwide virtual wholesaler. Cool. Which ships are you sailing? Prop stream and lead Zolo. Boom. Now I understand right there where your business is. And then I can probably appropriately answer whatever question you have. This is what I mean by your language is so important moving forward. You have to understand this. Because when you do that and you speak that language, I will understand where your wholesaling business is moving forward. So buy into these concepts. Buy into the concept of having a headshot concept to stop searching for unicorns. We just gave you the fleet. Here it is. Decide. There's 3 systems to decide how you want to comp your properties. I personally recommend all 3. You can decide that you only want to use one. Great. Then when we talk about lead generation, right? We've got those 3. You can generate leads through those 3. And then you've got Lead Zolo and Speed to Lead. You've got REI Print Mail. You've got Carrot websites. You've got REI Sift that you can utilize old data to generate leads. Decide which one of those ships you want to be sailing on. Then, when it comes to transaction coordination, you have to pick one, self-manage or outsource. Which ship are you going to be sailing? And then when it comes to dispositions, is your plan to JV forever? I hope not. I hope at some point in time you're going to say, hey, I'm going to take my business serious and I'm going to invest money into the most powerful tool in all of real estate investing, InvestorLift. Or is it going to be, I'm going to accumulate data, I'm going to scrape Facebook groups, whatever it is, decide, make a commitment. So, commitments that I need from you moving forward. I would love to see the vault, the Facebook group, just riddled with posts today saying, my headshot concept is, boom, whatever it is. I would love to see the Facebook group riddled with posts that say, my headshot concept is nationwide virtual wholesaler. The ships I will be sailing will be PropStream, Lead Zolo, Easy REI Closings, InvestorLift. Let's make a commitment today that this is what your business is going to look like moving forward in 2024. Make a commitment on the timeline on that. Minimum of 90 days. I would love to see people say it's moving forward in 2024. I don't plan on changing it unless I need to change it. And then budget commitment. What does it look like? Do you have not a pot to piss in, right? I got to bootstrap this, RJ. I got $100 Amazon gift card. I'm going to cash it in and I'm going to find a way to get PropStream or Privy. And I'm going to go do direct to agent. That's okay. Is it $500 a month? Is it $5,000? Is it $20,000? Make some sort of budget commitment on your lead generation. Why? Because what is acquisitions? It's the heartbeat of your business. And without lead generations, you cannot do acquisitions. You're dead. You've got to find a way to generate leads so you can do acquisitions, and then dispositions is where you cash the checks. All right. See what questions we got here. The Hans Anderson says, great value you bring to my business, helped me transform it many times. Man, Hans, I appreciate that. I've been saying it for a while now. You guys are probably seeing how different and how serious we are taking the content that we're putting out for you guys. We want to eliminate all of the excuses that exist out there. And that's what we're trying to do. With this, we talk about it like, hey, stop searching for unicorns. Well, now it actually is here where it's like, there's the fleet. Make your choice. Let's see it. So, in the comments, who here is ready to make a commitment to a headshot concept? Who here is ready to make a commitment to what ships they're going to be sailing in 2024? I love to see what kind of responses we get here, because listen, it's hard. It's hard to make a commitment, because this is where you now are publicly coming out and saying, this is what I'm going to do. This is who my business is going to be in 2024. I make a commitment to this ship, this system. I'm telling you right now, one of the biggest problems I've seen in this industry is people jumping from system to system to system, saying, all right, RJ told me to sign up for batch leads, so I signed up for batch leads. I did the 7-day free trial. It sucked. I'm out. So now I go to PropStream. But then Pace did a live about Privy, so I got rid of PropStream. Now I'm on Privy. How many deals have you done in the meantime? Okay. First commitment. Headshot concept. Like I said, I want to see the vault blown up with comments about, this is my headshot concept. This is the commitment to the ships I'm going to be sailing. That's what I'm talking about right there, Angel. Make a commitment for 2024. I'm using batch, and I'm ready to spend $500 a week on lead generation. That's what I'm talking about. Florida virtual wholesaler, ships, lead Zolo, PropStream, Privy. Boom. You're hitting it hard. This is the most direct material I've seen. Well, I'm telling you right now, moving forward into 2024, this is the type of content that you are going to be getting from us. I mean, it is going to be hard-hitting, eliminating excuses, and saying, what is your solution moving forward? Make a commitment. Like, my God, if we're not asking a whole lot here. If you guys are willing to take the time to sit down for 49 minutes to listen to me talking about it, make a commitment on what you're going to be doing. Can you walk up to anyone and say, this is what I do to make money? When someone asks me, what is Titanium Investments? I can explain it to them. And I don't have to sit there and talk about all the crazy shit that I do, like I had to do in 2018 and 2019 when my business sucked. I can say, I'm a nationwide virtual wholesaler. This is what I do. And they say, how do you get leads? What is that question? What ships am I sailing? Well, we use these systems for comping. And then lead generation wise, we've got the paper lead models. We pull data. We cold call. We break it down. Dude, I literally ran into a hockey dad. Our sons played hockey together for 2 years. at the Dallas Stars game on New Year's Eve. We were there because Connor Bedard was playing, who, if you don't know who he is, he was the #1 draft pick. Most predicted he's going to be like the next Wayne Gretzky. The Chicago Blackhawks were playing the Dallas Stars on New Year's Eve. So I took my son because he's a huge Connor Bedard fan, and Jay, the hockey dad, took his son because they were originally from Chicago. We ran into each other, and he started talking about wholesaling. And he's like, well, what about speed of lead and batch and all this? He's not in wholesaling. He is a surgeon for sports teams like the Houston Texans, FC Dallas. Like, he does the surgeries on like the ACLs and the shoulders and all this stuff. But just because he follows me on Facebook, he's heard me talk about the ships that I sail. Batch lead, speed of lead, lead Zolo. He knew these names. He was asking me questions about them. Obsessed over what we are doing over here. I want to see that type of commitment from you guys. Let me just look real quick. Let me look. The vault has 3 new posts. Jordan Holt, boom. Thank you, Jordan. Lori. Ben Lavro had a great post about what we're talking about today. We've seen a couple of posts. I want to see more, though. Like, I'm going to start asking things from you guys. Like, make that commitment. Go in and talk about it. Tell your significant other, this is the commitment that I'm making. This is what my business is going to look like moving forward. Some people have talked about, hey, their significant other doesn't like support the wholesaling journey. Do you think maybe the reason why your significant other doesn't support it is because you haven't explained to them what it is that you're doing and how you're going to achieve the results? Think about it this way. What if you go to your significant other and you say, I want to be a wholesaler because I watched this bearded guy who pretends to be a Viking on YouTube, and I want to replicate what he does. Okay? How? Well, I don't know yet. I mean, I'll do it on the weekends, and I'm not going to spend any money on it. I'm going to try to do it like the free way. He did this video where it was like $0, and I'll try to find some for sale by owners, and I'll just do that on the weekends, when we're not busy. Or think about it this way. What if you went to your significant other and you said, honey, babe, whatever you say, I want to be a nationwide virtual wholesaler. And here's what I'm going to do and how I'm going to do it. I'm going to sign up for the system called PropStream. It's $99 a month. That will enable me to figure out the values of the properties. And then Lead Zolo, they run YouTube ads, and they find people that want to sell their houses, and they click a button, they fill out all this information. And for $129 per one of those leads, it comes to me. And this guy, RJ, he's shown me how to have conversations with sellers and how to utilize PropStream to comp it. And so I come up with exactly where the end buyers will buy. And then I'm going to dispo the property. I'm going to sell the property utilizing the system called Investor Lift. And then I'm going to watch this guy's content. He shows me exactly how to utilize those systems. So I'll know how to do that every single day over and over and over again. And I'm going to commit 5 hours a day to this, 4 hours a day, 3 hours a day, whatever it is you can commit. And I'm going to do this 5 to 6 days a week. And this is what I want to do moving forward with my life. I'm going to tell you, more often than not, that person is going to support you. PropStream doesn't work out here. Well, that's great. That's why I gave you 3 ships, not 1. I got Batch for you, I got Privy for you, and I got PropStream for you. I understand. That's why we use all 3. That's why I say, hey, we recommend all 3. Sometimes you can only afford 1. But I recommend all 3. Listen, making that commitment moving forward is going to be huge. That's why I wanted to start off by making this commitment to you guys on what you are going to be receiving from Titanium moving forward. Titanium University, is our hedgehog concept for the education. We are going to be the best virtual wholesaling community out there. No one will outwork us. No one will put out more content than us. No one will show you how to work a virtual wholesaling business like Titanium will. I can guarantee you that. That is our hedgehog concept for you guys, for our education business. And our commitment moving forward for just free content is the Titanium Fleet, where we are coming and we are going to these vendors, these other organizations, and we are saying to be a part of the Titanium Fleet, you are going to make a commitment that at least once a month, you're going to come into the commitment, and you are going, or the community, and you are going to pour into these individuals that are choosing to use your system. And you are going to show them how to be successful, how to change their lives. Because I'm going to tell you right now, in 2014, when we spent $65,000 on my mom's credit card to learn how to do this, we did not get any support. We did not get shown what systems to use because, quite frankly, there weren't many systems to use. And the dumbasses that we gave that money to didn't know what to do or what not to do. So we floundered around and we had to bust our asses, getting deals off the MLS, not knowing how to dispo, figuring out a way to make it. I want to give you the shortcut to that so you avoid all of that BS. That is our passion. That is our goal. That is what we want to accomplish here at Titanium, is say, follow this right here and it will work. You have PropStream. Here's PropStream. Here's RJ. Here's Cassie. We use it every single day. This is exactly how you use it. So you don't have to have those questions. It's just about being consistent as a tree every single day, focusing your habits. That is what we want right there, baby. That is the commitment that we're going to make. And that is the commitment that we demanded from our vendors. And I'm going to tell you right now, this is how aligned we are with those organizations. Not one of them had a question about it. They said, absolutely. We love the vision. Let's go do it. Let's go change lives. We want people to succeed using PropStream, using Batch, using LeadZolo. That is what we want to see. That's why when I see these posts out there about people saying, hey, if the numbers don't work on a wholesale deal or on a flip, that's the ones that you just wholesale. Bullshit. Bullshit. That is not what we do here at Titanium. It is about making sure that the people that we do business with succeed. From if you are going to come in here and you're going to watch free content here, I want you to succeed. If you are going to swipe your credit card and you're going to come to Fort Worth, Texas, I want you to succeed. If we get a property under contract and we are wholesaling it, by God, it better be a damn good deal for the flipper or the landlord that's buying that deal. We're not wholesaling it because it's a shit deal and the numbers don't work. That is bullshit, and that is old-timey thought process that is fucking broken. And we will not be like that here at Titanium. We wholesale good deals that succeed and win. It's a win for the seller. It's a win for us as the wholesaler, and it's a win for the buyer. So we want to show you guys this is where end buyers buy because we want them to win. People ask all the time, how can you wholesale deals all across the country? Majority of the time, it's because we have to find that buyer one time. And then the next time we get a deal, we already know who our buyer is. Why do they want to buy from us on repeat? Because we sell them good deals. Not because we sell them deals that don't work. Where we go get inspections and we get contractors' scope of works and all this. And then we say, that's not a good deal for me. Let's pass it on to Joe Blow, flipper over here. We want to make our $15,000. No. I want them to succeed so I can sell them 100 houses, not one house. I love it when I rant. Just saying. I had to get that one out. It wasn't even supposed to be a part of today's live. Woo! What happens when your eyes overload your ass and budget? Robert, break it down and make it simple. Okay. Determine what your headshot concept is. Virtual wholesaler. Nationwide virtual wholesaler. That's your headshot concept. Okay. What is your budget? $1,000? $5,000? Make it simple on yourself. You're starting off. You're brand new. Give it to Lead Zolo. Okay. Go in that ship. It'll be a slow trickle as far as the leads coming in. Okay. Don't overwhelm yourself. I love Ben's post this morning in the community because it was talking about this. Don't come in here and say, I want to hop on every single ship that Titanium's on. It took us almost a decade to get here. And we have people that support us, that help us ride on these ships, okay? Whatever it is, make the commitment. And great point there, Robert. Make sure that you have the bandwidth for whatever ships you're sailing. Not only time-wise, not only budget-wise, but also just manpower-wise, right? Mental capacity. All of this is important moving forward for whatever ships you decide to sail in 2024. Mike, we wholesale deals all the time in Oklahoma. You don't have to have a real estate license. That's the wrong title company for you to be using. Is the short answer there. Let me drop. I know you got that deal in Chickasha. Here's the office line, Mike. Call in. I've got a question about that deal too. I don't know why it only. Mike, you're on Facebook, so write this phone number down real quick. 817-710-8689. If you need it, it's on the YouTube chat. You can go get it from there. I've also got a question as to if we're working the same lead. Chickasha is not a very big city, and we were just sent out a contract there. I'm curious if our seller is shopping our contract and trying to get you at a higher price. Just out of curiosity, is the seller wanting 105 to 110,000, and is it 6 acres? Saying. All right, man. I'm so excited for 2024 and what we've got in the works for you guys and the reaction that you guys have to this. See if we got more posts. We've got a couple more posts in the group. I'd like to see more after this video for sure. But like I said, guys, I'm highly committed. Cassie's highly committed. The whole team is, to making sure that the excuses, any excuses that you have, are eliminated so you guys can achieve the goals that you want, be the headshot concept that you want, and quite frankly, allowing you to decide, hey, I don't know what ships I'm going to be sailing yet, but the content that we're going to be providing you will allow you to easily decide, hey, Speed of Lead sounds like a great fit for me. I love the fixed price mode. Hey, I'm going to jump on board with that. That is the goal with the content moving forward. Facebook user says, I need this to start. Absolutely. I will say this. As far as getting started, you do need to determine what your headshot concept is. You don't need me to tell you what your headshot concept is. You need to tell me what your headshot concept is. How often do you deal with 3 wholesalers on one house? Pretty rare. Pretty rare. I mean, every now and then there might be like, hey, this wholesaler was working with another wholesaler and they need us to dispo it or something along those lines, but it's pretty rare. So I would just make sure that there's communication between each wholesaler. because otherwise that can be real messy. And you don't want the situation to get messy for the seller, right? We got to make sure that we're taking care of the seller. Facebook user says, I'm a beginner, so I guess I need more knowledge. Okay. Go to my YouTube channel, RJ Base III, and watch how the video is right there at the top. The first playlist, it'll say how to virtually wholesale from A to Z. Watch that video. That video is specifically designed for you. All right, guys. Very much appreciate all of the support today, the love. Hopefully you guys got value out of this. Hopefully you guys are excited for what's coming in 2024. I know I am. I can't wait. And like I said, I want to see a wave of posts in the vault about what's your headshot concept commitment, what ships are you going to be selling in 2024. Appreciate you guys. We will see you guys next week at 2:22 p.m.